Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday, and welcome to the start of another week. I like to dub our time together on Monday morning, some time for some little inspirational coffee, just to get our week started off on the right foot, feeling inspired, ready to go. And I am, hmm, I'm really looking forward to our conversation this morning because I'm starting what you would consider probably a series as we come to the last few weeks of the year. I really would love to encourage everyone to start thinking about completion. And so that's what we're talking about today, completing 2020. So good morning. If you're on, you know how we do. Say hi to each other. Good morning, Leslie. Hello. Um, so funny, Leslie, that you're on here right away. Check your phone. I sent you a message last night. But good morning to all of you that are joining from all over the world. I absolutely love Monday mornings being on here with you, getting to have this time for us to just start our week off in high energy, high vibration. It's always my joy to be with you guys. So this morning, I decided to have a conversation around completion and completing 2020. Because let's face it, it's been an interesting year. None of us saw this coming. I know I sure didn't. None of us saw this coming. And it would be absolutely, it's one of those things where your mom's like, it's okay, honey. You don't need to do your homework. You're tired. Go to bed. And we could all absolutely get a complete pass on 2020 and not, it would be any rational human being or superpower that exists would totally give us humans a pass for 2020 because it's been rough, it's been interesting, it's been a lot of things, right? And so I feel like we absolutely could all get the pass and just get to December 31st, 2020 and move on. But that's not how we roll. That is not how we roll. And I've been thinking about this a lot for myself, and you guys know how I am. If it's something I want for myself, I want it for all of you too. So I'm going to share a quick little story. I was sitting at an event a few years ago, and they had invited this man to speak, and he was an entrepreneur, I believe from Israel, and he had in his career, and at the point that he was speaking, he owned over 20 different companies, many of which were multi-million dollar businesses. And I remember just sitting, it was a small room of us, less than 100 people, sitting in this room in complete awe to be in the presence of someone that had this kind of capacity. And I remember the entire time he was talking, barely heard what he was saying because the whole time I was like, how can one human being run 20 different businesses, many of which are multi-million dollars? And when you wait for the little nugget, like just the one little thing that's going to give you an insight into all this, because I don't believe that there's any of us that's smarter, have better opportunities. I believe we're all on an equal playing field, but like the science of getting rich says, some of us do things in a certain way. And I'm always looking for what's your certain way that you're doing things, because if I can do the certain way thing that you're doing, I can have your level of success too. It's not that you're smarter than me, right? I'm not smarter than any of you, and none of you are smarter than me. We're all in an equal playing field. We just need to figure out what is it, like if you admire something that I'm doing, that you think, if you admire the results that I'm having, then you should be intrigued about what I'm doing. Just like I was with this man, I was intrigued by what he was doing. And so here's what he shared. He said that the number one thing that he credited to his ability to run these massive businesses was a concept called open cycles. And it blew my mind, the simplicity. Don't we know it? It's like the simplest things that allow human beings to become extraordinary human beings. And he said, with cycles, every single thing that you need to do is an open cycle in your mind, in your brain. And the more open cycles you have, I'm going to slow down so you can hear this. The more open cycles you have, the less number of things that you're able to complete or achieve. So in other words, your ability to achieve much more than you are right now is dependent on how many things are waiting for you to complete them. That blew my mind. And then he started talking about, like, really think about all the things on your mind, right? Oh, I need to pay this bill. Oh, I need to sort out the garage. I've been meaning to organize my closet. Oh, I need to create that course. And yeah, I need to call that client. I need to respond to that email. What's for dinner tomorrow? Oh, did I do the laundry last night? Oh my goodness, did I put the thing in the fridge? Did I take my vitamins? Right? Every single one of those are open cycles. They're things that are open in your mind as a to-do. And the more of those you have, it's just logic, right? The more things you have that's open like that is the less space you have to do bigger things. And so just think about the universe being benevolent. It's like, honey, you got too many open cycles. I cannot manifest too much more for you because you got too much going on, too much on your mind. How can I give you the next big thing when you're spending your entire day worried about if you took your vitamins and put the stuff in the refrigerator? Like, I can't give you a multi-million-dollar business to run. Like, you don't have the capacity to do that. And it just blew my mind. It was so simple. And so, it's been several years, and I'm not telling you I've perfected this, but I absolutely live by the concept of watching myself, especially with those little tiny things that are so insignificant, because they are the stealers of the capacity for your big dreams. Does that make sense? All those little things that you spend your time being consumed by, they're taking up space. They're an open cycle. And so what he charged us with was to start closing cycles in our lives. The more cycles you close, the more space you have to receive more. Does that make sense to you guys? Can you give me some thumbs up, put some comments, do some things? Rita says, scatterbrain. Too many open cycles, which is a Jamaican thing, right? Too many scatterbrain. Too many for my Jamaican.com watchers this morning. You get that. So this is why I want to talk about completion. We're not going to take the pass for 2020. We're absolutely not going to do it. And I got to tell you, living in the US, we've been in an election this past week. We've been watching election results. And I just sat back this weekend and my mind was blown. I was like, you know what? The human capability to do things is just beyond our imagination. And we have no reason to play small. Zero. So we're not taking the pass because 150 million people, the most in US history ever, in the middle of a pandemic, found a way to vote. I have goosebumps. We have no reason to sit here and go, we're going to take the pass. Absolutely not. We're completing. That's my charge for all of you. Let us be inspired by the way people found a way to voice their choice. Let us find a way to give ourselves the win for 2020. That's what I'm doing for myself. I'm inspiring myself. It's not going down like this, right? So one of the things that I love for myself is, I've talked about my manifested list. Every week, every day, I make a list of things not to do, but to manifest. And this is also my list of things that are open cycles in my mind. So I don't make myself a list of, I'm going to do this. I make a list of, this is going to be taken care of, however it works out. And one of the things I absolutely love with my list is I love getting check marks. Hopefully you guys can see my little check marks. That's my favorite thing, is putting a check mark next to my list of things that I'm inviting into my life to receive, because every check mark means space for more. Every check mark means space for more. So what if we decided, instead of taking the pass and having 2020 win the game, we became our own champions? We decided that we're going to win. And what if the universe was completely on our side and it was like, look, right now, you're down 20-0. Maybe you're down 20-1, 20-2. Some of us, we've gotten a few things done this year. So maybe you're down 20-5 or 20-10. But, the universe is like, it doesn't matter what you're down. All I need you to do is make one move. And your one move is going to be the equivalent of whatever you need to win the game. So I'm not asking you to go back and look at your goals for 2020 and try to do all of them in the next 6 or 7 weeks, however many weeks we've got left. I'm asking you to make a decision about 1 or 2 things 2 things from that list that you wanted to do this year that you can absolutely complete and close that cycle. Why is it important? We are going to make it's kind of like that thing, or the 2 things that you're going to do is going to represent closure. And that's very important. We're going to close 2020. I'm not asking you to do all of these things, everything that you had left open, but I'm asking you to choose, and I'm going to guide you as to how to choose. And you're going to choose, and you're going to go, this is my representation. This is my energetic representation of completion for 2020. And as we go through the next couple of weeks, I'm going to continue to guide you through completing 2020. But for today, here's what I want you to think of. Like, let's say you're down 20-0. You never got to everything you wanted to do. And the universe is like, look, you just make this one game-changing play, this one play. You're going to score whatever, you're going to make this move, you're going to score. And the universe is like, I'm going to make it be worth 21 points. So, 2020 is up 20-0 right now. We're going to make one move, and we're going to end the game 21-20. We're going to be the winners. We're going to be the champions of our life by choosing to complete. Here's all you have to do to complete. I want you to choose one easy thing. One easy thing. Something you've been procrastinating to do. I don't know what that is for you, but it's just an easy, simple, you've wanted to do it all year and you've just been putting it off. What is that one thing? Type it, write it. Let's see. I love the challenge. Bring it 2020. Let's go. I want to see some of you guys posting your one little easy thing. It's been on your mind. You've been meaning to get to it. I don't know what that is for you, but let's go. Write it down. Put it in writing. Put it publicly in writing, so everyone watching can see that you committed to doing this. And listen, you know how I roll. Like, don't write it if you're not going to be committed to doing it. That's why I say pick an easy thing, right? Like, I said I was going to organize my closet this year. Like, you could do that today, right? I said I was going to sort out my kitchen drawer. I don't know what it is. I'm going to fix my garage. Whatever it is, I'm going to wash the windows. I don't know what it is. I've been meaning to organize my email list. Whatever that easy thing is, I want you guys, thank you, Tanisha. What's your one power move? Inez says she's going to do her teacher certification. Debbie says she's got her one thing. Teresa says, I'm going to paint my nails. I love it. Just one easy thing, right? Because we love feeling winning. We love feeling like we checked it. And you have to give yourself the opportunity to do that one thing. And Teresa, I love that example. I'm going to paint my nails. It's one of those things where you started the year and you might have said, I'm going to practice self-love. And what's an easy self-love thing? I'm going to go get my nails done. And then, we had a pandemic and you couldn't go get your nails done. But it's on your mind. I did say I was going to do that self-love. And it's on your mind, on your mind. Just do it. Do it. Go for the win. Go for the win. All right. So your one easy thing, organize my office closet. Camille, sorry to be late. Tanya, declutter and organize my office. Check. Something easy. All right, guys. Now here it is. Here's where we go for gold. We're not going for silver. We're not going for bronze. We're winning on 2020. What is one big deal thing that you are going to do? You have 7 weeks. If you take 15 minutes a day for the next 7 weeks, you can complete anything. I know for me, I am choosing one of the things. I'm like, oh my gosh, my brain is going because there's 3 things. But there's one thing I'm going to commit to doing here. I signed up for a course. It's about creating new courses. And I am committing to completing it by December 18th. I'm not taking it into 2021. I've been at this course creation thing for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years of an open cycle, not come into 2021. I am completing. What about you guys? What's a big thing that you guys are committing to completing before the end of 2020? I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Some big things. Launch my children's book. Yay, Camille. Good for you. 15 minutes a day, absolutely. And you know, we like have the phones, right? Set your timer to 15 minutes a day. Like, make that commitment to yourself. Think about this. The universe is on your side. The universe is saying, you do this one thing, and I'm going to make it be a massive win for you. I'm going to create so much space for you that 2021, you're going to go into 2021 with massive amount of capacity to receive. You don't want to take this stuff into 2021. You don't want your receiving channel to be so clogged by stuff that you've been putting off and open cycles that you have, right? So it's all about completion. I'm completing my card game. Me too. Complete course creation. Lubna says, launching my online academy. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look, you guys, getting 10 paying clients, expand my business. Let's go. Every single one of you, there's 100 of you watching. I want to see 100 comments. And those of you that are watching the replay, let's go. Type it. Let's go. Commit, commit, commit. Public commitment is the best. I love challenging myself to do these videos because I get to commit out loud to all of you and have you hold me accountable, just like I'm going to hold each and every one of you accountable to what you wrote. Do not write it if you're not willing to commit to it, because that is a whole other wrong that you do to yourself when you make a promise to yourself and you don't keep it. So I would rather you not write it. Take a few minutes to decide that you're going to commit to it before you write it. All right, but make sure you commit to something. Complete, complete, complete. I love it. Awesome. So while you guys are all typing, I want to say, because the next few weeks I'm really continuing this conversation about completing. We're going to do some releasing. We're going to do intention setting. We're going to do a lot of things to end 2020 and get ready for 2021. I want to make sure that everyone is on here every Monday morning at 8 a.m. So if you're watching, there's two ways you can get reminded of these calls. Number one, it depends on where you're watching from. So if you're watching from my Tasha Chen speaker page, if you type the word reminder, I think is what they told me to tell you guys. If you type reminder, you will get put into our system 15 minutes before the lives on Monday mornings. You'll get a reminder. So type the word reminder and you should get something pop up in your messenger that asks you, do you want to be reminded? And you'll say yes. All right. If you're watching from Jamaicans.com or one of the group pages, that won't work. So you want to look at the description to this video, and in the description there's a little link. It's got some fingers pointing. Do you want to get reminded? If you click that link, you'll be put in the system to be reminded every Monday morning 15 minutes before we go live. All right, so either type reminder, and remember, only works if you're watching on the Tasha Chen page. If not, you want to look at the link in the description and click that to be put in the system. All right, so I'm going to go back. Create my sacred space. I have a course to complete. Create a greeting card kit. Laura says, I'm committing to completing my calendar and payment method on my website. Woo! Launch my e-commerce store and take orders in the hundreds, getting 10 paying clients. I want this blowing up, you guys. Every small thing, build my email list. Big thing, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Build my email list. Get a profile on LinkedIn. Oh, I love it. I love all of you guys typing reminder. Woohoo! I love it. That's amazing. That is amazing. Let's win. We're going for the win. We're going to get it. 2020, we're winning. All right. One last thing. I would love for those of you watching, I would love to know if you would be interested in doing this with me. In the past, those of you that have been in our community for a while, you know one of the things that I do is I do a manifesting party. And I've done them all over the country, in fact, even some different places throughout the world. And this year, because we have this special situation, I thought maybe my gift to you all would be to have the opportunity for us to do it live together online, so virtually, but together, because usually when I have these events, not everyone, if you live in Scotland and I don't come to Scotland, you don't get a chance to do it. So this year I thought, how about if we do a virtual one and all together we could create what I call a manifested board. So this is my manifested board from 2021. I'm sorry, from 2019. So this was for my 2019 year. And I have this one because every single thing on here manifested. And so would you like to do that? Would you like for us to do a manifested party? And I walk you through creating this board. If you would like that, and I want to know how many of you are interested before I decide we're going to do this, I want you to do hashtag manifesting party. If you would like for me to show you how to create a board like this, it's not a vision board because it's a whole other conversation. Vision boards are great. I'm all about manifested, as in done, completed. So would you like that? If you guys would like that, hashtag manifesting party, so I know you're all in and I can start creating plans to do that together so we can have some fun. How about that? All right, so let me look at the comments. I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Hashtag manifesting party. I love it. So hashtag manifesting party is your way of letting me know you want it. You want us to do it together. You want us to have some fun. Let me know. Let me know. Yay! I love it. All right, I'm going to start working on that for all of you. And from my heart to yours, let's close some cycles and get ready to make space for 2021. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that we're resilient, we can overcome, but I think it also taught us that we're even more powerful than we've known and we've realized and we've recognized, and we're living up to. And one of the things that gets in the way of us living in our power is all this stuff that's in the way. So let's close and get rid of them. All right. Well, I'll see you all next Monday at 8 a.m. Have a wonderful week and go do some completing. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.